web pages, analytics, messaging, those things are just not being utilized by the majority of our paid users, which is a problem.
Oh, I don't give a shit about any of that.
Why not?
Because what on earth would I use that for? Do you want to know what I use boards for? And it's great and we love it. And
Yeah,
Arbon's actually thinking about contacting you guys because I work a lot with our tech team
yeah.
and like building a partnership where like we would pay for boards, but they would, subsidize it basically.
Well, that'd be
We,
excellent.
we use it for storage only. Like I don't send I send people stuff from boards, but
Hmm.
I use it to like pull up my presentation on my computer. I use it to, I'm sure there's much greater functionality, but that I don't, that's not what my team uses it for. We use it to store and organize our tools.
And I think one of the reasons why we're doing this is because I think
Really,
when
who
you
you need to be talking to is our tech team at Arbonne, because the truth of the matter is that they need to understand what boards can do, and then they can implement that with our system at Arbonne. Because I don't see myself ever getting rid of boards unless it becomes price prohibitive for my team,
Mhm.
because right now you can have 3 boards for free or whatever. So that's what most of my team does.
Mhm. Which is, part of that's changing. So there was an announcement about the free plan being adjusted, which is why it's even more important that, the Arbonne corporate starts talking to us. So definitely push that along. Um, what we're doing right now is designed to work with you specifically and give you someone at boards to work with. But at the end of the day, it's partly to also just expose you to what we're trying to accomplish with the things that we're adding. So, for example, I'll show you what I'm doing right now because this is super helpful. When I talk to leaders such as yourself, this is my own board landing page. And I have every question I'm going to ask you built in here. I'm going to ask you how much you think you understand boards, what your priority board is, how you're using, what problems you're trying to solve. So I have everything questioned out, and then I submit it to myself. So I have all of everything that I needed to know about you that I can send off to our growth partner, who is your specific representative inside of boards. But like, for example, this is what I'm building for leaders. So in the future, instead of me reaching out over text, I'm going to have your name right here. I'm going to send you out this board that tells you that I'm going to be reaching out to you, and here are some use cases. And for example, for events, so doing a large scale team event with one of our web pages, you can have videos. Lead you to a web page of the qualifications for the event. You can use this link to buy tickets, plan your trip with flights. Here's a hotel. Here's where we booked
Kind
hotel
of like
rooms.
event, kind of like Eventbrite.
Exactly. But you're already paying us, so you don't have to pay Eventbrite now.
Right.
So you can build this all out. And then another one, the onboarding one's a great example. Um, so you build your first 7 days. Someone lands in your system. Here's day one. I want you to this is your product pack that we're going to send you. Here's the link to my WhatsApp group chat, my Facebook group. Here's a Zoom call for every time on Monday that you're supposed to join the Zoom for our team, how to download boards, video to familiarize yourself with a company, training videos. And then this is my favorite thing, when we use forms as a way to prove that someone's actually done everything you've asked them to. So, this is like an example of how you would use this form to say, this is my why for joining Arbonne. So you have motivational pieces to use and help them. Um, so it's really the only limitation with web pages is how far you want to go with them. Um, you can turn them into your landing page or social, so you can have a board's web page, replace what you're doing with Linktree, with Milkshake, whatever you're using. And we're releasing new templates to make them prettier. Um, so yeah, if you think internally and if you talk to people internally at boards, honestly, web pages are probably, in our opinion, the most underutilized and are a core feature of what we do. Um,
Yeah,
even
because
for,
I have a website. I use Wix.
yeah. And do you like it?
I do.
Good. Very good. And one of the things that people do to supplement Wix is if they don't want to change things out, but they want to change a link, they just create a board's landing page. And then when something changes, instead of having to go into Wix and change it, they're just add in this link on a button on Wix, and then it's constantly being updated. It's very quick for you to come back and update that landing page away from Wix.
Yeah.
But even for internal trading, so this is probably my favorite. I built these all myself, so I'm kind of a nerd about it. But like the product launch for an external customer, right? This is what they're going to see, the smoothie, get the recipe. And then you can have this when they click submit, it actually redirects them to the link with the recipe, which is cool.
This
But
is awesome. How do I get like you're talking way over my like I'm a big picture thinker, okay? So
yeah,
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I am sitting here going, I mean, I just texted the tech person at Arbonne. I'm like, you should be on this call with boards with me. Oh my gosh. I also am thinking of another NVP that I work with, Juliet, who would understand this a million times more. My friend Micheline, she would be blown away. I know you contacted Micheline.
yeah.
Um, my assistant Alexis, my other assistant Jillian, like these people should be seeing this stuff with me because I'm going to tell you, Bob, right now, I
Yeah.
love what you're telling me, but in 10 million years, I'm never going to do anything with it. I'm 58 years old and I like learning new things, but all of this like is really great, but it's also super overwhelming.
Can I give you one more piece to overwhelm me just a tad
Yeah, go
bit
ahead.
more?
Keep going because I loved it because I that this is my jam. Writing recipes and boysenberry smoothies, I'm into it.
I love boysenberries, by the way. My favorite berry by far. That's why I did it.
True.
But like what I think sometimes people miss out on, and this is where I would start demanding this on your end, especially for people that don't want to learn new tech. Um, this makes it way easier for them to operate your boards because instead of when you do product release, obviously we have this like the external customer landing page, but create like an internal one. And in this internal page, you can actually like use these links to come back to your folders. So everything on boards, so this is my folder for use cases. I click share. It's a link. You can just use that link and you can take them directly to the folder that houses all the scripts you want them to use, all the graphics you want them to use, the post ideas you want them to use, landing pages for the templates. So if you want them to make their own landing page, you can give them directions on what you want them to do with the landing page, how to copy it over and what to change, and take them directly to the folder where it's housed. So my point is, most people can work a landing page and understand clicking buttons. For those people that struggle with boards because they don't understand it very well, landing pages make it so much easier for you to take them to
Yeah, I don't think it's
specifically
that
what you
they don't
need.
understand boards. Can I give you feedback on that? I don't think it's
Yeah,
that. I think it's that like we have so much stuff in our board, it's hard to find. And so
exactly.
they're just totally overwhelmed. Like, where's that script again? How do I find this? What do I do? And even I, who put it together, am like, where did we put that?
And that's, I mean, you're like right on the point of why this landing page is so powerful, then, right?
Mhm.
Because we have this new product release, it's a boysenberry smoothie. They're not going to have to get into boards and look for where someone placed that script. Now they're just going to click this scripts folder and it takes them to the exact folder where it's found. Same thing with the graphics, same thing with the post ideas. Like
But
you're
where
you're
is that?
so for example, all you have to do is like let's just take recruiting here and you click edit and then you click recruit like the recruiting page. This is where the link is, right?
Okay.
So when
So
you're
I sent
in,
that link to someone.
well, instead what you would do is like So let's say you wanted to link the button to this specific folder, right?
Okay.
We click share, that copies the link over. We go into recruiting, we click edit, click the button, and you just paste the link here. So anytime anyone ever clicks this recruiting landing page button, it's going to take them specifically to this folder.
Okay.
So you're shortcutting them having to get into the app and find specifically where something is. You link them straight to the folder. All they have to do is click that button and boards will pop up. And
So
there it is. There's a
eliminate,
folder with all their stuff. Huh?
so then it eliminates the need really for a search function because this is the way to get them to where they need to go.
It could. I mean, I think a search function would still be powerful. Don't
Yeah,
get
I
me
did too,
wrong.
but this would help.
Oh, it would help quite a bit. I think, especially training people, this would go a mile, especially as your content builds up and you just have so many things inside of a board. This streamlines so they're going exactly where you need them without having to think about how you organize.
Okay.
Um, that's the last thing I wanted to show you because I think to me, that's the most powerful advice I've ever given people to think meta about how these landing pages work.
Right. Okay. So how can I get a call with you and Juliet and my two assistants and Micheline?